The three components you need to understand to calculate your federal pension is your high three, your years of creditable service for retirement, and a percent. Rich has a great question today on his high three and what really counts. If you've ever wondered that, then stay tuned for this FERS Federal Fact Check. Today we have a great question from Rich asking about the high three. He says, how do I calculate my high three? I was a FERS employee from 91 to 2000, returned to FERS service in 2022. He is 58 with 23 years of creditable service under FERS. He did buy back his military time. He had to reserve time. He bought back the active duty. Good job on that, by the way, Rich. That's fantastic. He knows he's going to be giving up his special retirement supplement. He is planning to work after he retires. How is his high three calculated? Is my high three calculated based on the last 2 years and then the highest 12 months of my preceding FERS time back in the 1990s? Thank you so much. Rich, that's a great question. The way your high three is calculated is the highest 36 consecutive months of service. So if we have a little bit of time we've worked and then a gap and then a little bit more time, you're correct. If your pay was higher now, let's say 2023, 2022, than it was back in the 90s, probably it was, right? If it was higher now, we're going to use that high three, that 2 years. This gap time doesn't matter, then they're going to go back to this time here. So your high three is looked at as if there was no break in service. Where was the highest 36 months in consecutive service? They're not going to kind of pick and choose different times. It has to be 36 months. They'll remove the time you weren't a federal employee. They'll put it all together. Then what was the highest 36 months of federal service during this? This is really important to understand, right, how that high three comes into factor, especially with COLA or locality pay. There's not too many COLA places out there anymore, but locality pay is a big thing. And we still see some clients that move for their last few years of service from a lower locality pay to a higher one because they're trying to build up that high three. So these are all things that you need to think about as you're preparing for retirement. If you have questions like this, then make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you submit a question because you could be featured in the next FERS Federal Fact Check. Till next time, happy planning.